Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. I'm Sarah and this is my sexy husband.
You talking to me?
Yes.
I'm Josh, for people who don't know.
Today we are doing a Q&A with the questions that were on a video that we uploaded. The Amish house tour. And a lot of you had questions on it, so we thought we would try to answer those as best as we can. So.
I gotta adjust my seat. My back's too far back. Okay. Yeah, there were a lot of questions, and it showed us that we could have explained more stuff, but we didn't really know what people want to know or what. I mean, this is a good way to see what people's questions are, and it's hard to cover everything, obviously. But well, let's get into it, shall we? So the first one is, we just printed a bunch off here. Why do they have all dark blue / black curtains on the windows?
Yeah, should I answer that?
You can answer that.
So the Schwarzenegger Amish, where we came from, they are not allowed to have shutters or blinds on their windows. They're only allowed to have curtains, and they have to be either black or blue. Any dark color, no red or orange or teal or anything like that.
Right.
So that is why they have black or blue curtains.
Yep. And then this one just says no bedrooms or washrooms. So yes, they do have a bedroom, obviously. Yes. That house is actually a 5-bedroom. So upstairs they have 4 bedrooms, and then downstairs, if you've seen the video, did we explain what we're answering to? Yeah, you did, didn't you? Okay. I can't remember, it's been so long.
We'll put a link to the video below in case you don't know what we're talking about, so that you can go watch the video, and then this will make more sense.
Yeah, so in the video we go into the living room, then there's a door that goes into the bedroom. We just decided, we felt like that was maybe a little too personal. It's just a bed, dresser, and that stuff in there, but still it's somebody's bedroom. And then they have 4 bedrooms upstairs, and that's the very typical Amish house. Is when the way we grew up, for myself at least, my family and everybody I know, always had a bedroom downstairs where the parents sleep, and then they have a few bedrooms upstairs. Just depends on, if it's a typical Amish house built, I think average just 4 bedrooms upstairs. That's what we had at home. But some of them, they might buy a big old farmhouse that was built, years ago, that was not Amish built, that they might have different bedrooms.
Well, that's another rabbit hole then. Now somebody's gonna say, wait, you can buy a house that was an Amish built?
Yeah.
How can they live in that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do it all the time. They just, they gotta take the electric out if it has electric. At least the source.
So I think you can live there for a year with electricity.
Some of them, yeah.
And then you have to shut it off after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, most of them. And somebody had asked, I remember, I didn't didn't print it off, but the question was, what was the question? Why they wouldn't allow electric? Like, is that, because they viewed it as a religious thing. Like, why would God be against you having electric? And my answer to that was that it's not so much that they feel the electric is a sin, like it's wrong in the eyes of God, but rather it's their way of being independent and not depend on the government or the outside world. Yeah,
it's also their way of being different than the world, because that's their whole goal, is trying to be different than.
True, but I think for electric, that's mostly what that is just to being independent, not having to worry about that. And then also kind of goes along with maybe why can you drive with a car, or even some of them that have a company truck, like they own their own trucks. Am I going off a rabbit trail here?
Kind of.
But why can't they have a driver's license and drive the truck? Well, then they would get into the whole connecting themselves to the government, where Big Brother knows everything about them, and they're trying to. So in that sense, I respect that. I understand that what they're doing is to sort of live their life away from it. So I did the bedroom. So what about the wash house?
Washrooms. Well, we kind of showed that a little bit, where we called it the mutt rooms, where they just have a sink in it where they wash up and they hang their clothes in there, and that's kind of what we called the washrooms. I know, like back in the old days, they actually had what they called washrooms. I guess that's probably what this person's talking about.
Yeah.
How and where do you bathe? Bathe?
B-A-T-H-E. I'm not sure there's supposed to be an A-E there, but...
How and where do they take a bath? They, so as when I was sourcing through Amish growing up, we had a wash house, and I think you did that too. So we would go out of the house, and it was probably like 10 feet to the wash house, and I'd go in the wash house to take a bath. And we had a stove in there and also a kettle where we heated the water and put it in a big tub, and that's how we took a bath. But for this house that we took a video of, they had theirs in the basement. Yeah,
and that's also where they do laundry usually. And
that we have a video coming up of how Amish people do laundry, so
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Keep watching.
She like fired up the old washing machine, and it reminded us of how simple we have it, where you take a load of laundry, throw it in there, press a button,
I know.
and you're done.
The Amish people have it takes them half a day to do their laundry, and it's a consistent thing where you have to be doing it. They're doing it the whole time. You can't just put it in and walk away.
Right. And the bathroom thing, it used to be all about outhouse, like, the Amish had outhouses, but anymore, there's probably still some that actually has a separate house, like over top of a septic. And years ago, they didn't even put in a septic. But nowadays, especially like a new house like this, is they have it part of the the basement, just kind of, it's separated with a door off the basement, but they're not allowed anything like a sink or a shower or anything. So it's just toilet, like, that's all that's in there. It's not not like bathroom. And it reminds me of a house that we rented for a while that was built by, I guess, maybe old order Amish, or
I think it was
like
old order Amish.
A little bit higher up, we call them, or less conservative. And we noticed that there was a bedroom, and then there was a tiny, like a half bath that had a sink and a toilet in it. And then down the basement, they had a full finished out basement, one bedroom down there and everything. And then there was a bathroom in the basement, and it had a shower in it and a toilet. And then right outside the bathroom, you just go out the door, and right there by the wall, there's a sink outside the bathroom. And we're like, there was plenty of room to put the sink in the bathroom. So we found out this was a law. One of their rules is that they can't have more. Apparently, they could have two things in the bathroom. So you could either do a toilet and a shower, or a sink and a shower, but you can't have three in one bathroom. So you couldn't have a shower, a toilet, and a sink in the same bathroom. So I had never heard that, because we didn't even have that much. But it just goes to show you again, there's just so many different rules and different communities and different orders, and there's no way to know who comes up with that, why. It makes no sense. It's just, they're just trying to be different than somebody else.
Yeah. Well, I think this would be a good time. Somebody asked, what is Schwarzentruber? So basically, when we say Schwarzentruber Amish, that's just another order of Amish. So there's Schwarzentruber Amish, there's old order Amish. I can't talk right now.
You're doing good.
And there's new order Amish. There's Melita, which they wouldn't call themselves Amish, but they still wear dresses and caps and stuff, and they drive cars.
They're pretty much like Mennonite.
Yeah, and then there's Mennonite. Yeah. So we were at the bottom. We were like the lowest Amish, which was called Schwarzentruber Amish. And the name just comes from way back, probably the bishop or something. They named it after the bishop, and So that's kind of where it came from. What's the next one? It says, I'm confused. When you said there was a gas engine pump to pump water into their water tank, I thought they used no gas engines or electricity, and then I saw things in there that are made with modern equipment like plastic tubs. Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have plastic tubs. That's, plastic tubs to use, Tupperware for washing dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
The gas engine, no, they do have gas engines for things like water pumps to pump water out of a well. They also use it on table saws for their wood shops, furniture shops, table saws, any kind of, power tools like that. But yeah, this is even new to me, was a water tank where they have a tank either upstairs somewhere at a higher place in the house, or they can bury it in the hillside outside somewhere that's a higher up. As long as the tank's up higher than the sink was in the mud room, then you get a water flow. We never had that. I don't know if it would have been allowed or not. I've never heard of it. We would have to. Well, we did have a tank. They call a cistern. I think that's an English word, where we had this concrete tank that was actually underneath part of the house, and then the water from the roof would go in there, and that it would go through a screener a little bit, and then we would use that for washing, cleaning. We wouldn't drink it. And then we had two wells. That one was a hand dug well from way back in the day, and it was really good drinking water. And then the other one was a deeper well, and it was nasty water. It's very weird because they're not far apart. But yeah, and then we had a milk house. That's another little tiny house, little building that had a concrete homemade tub in it to hold water. And then we would start the gas engine every morning and at night, and we would pump it into this milk house in this tub, and then that would run from there. It would, with gravity, run out. There's a loud truck on the road. Man, it's loud. Out to the barn to feed the water to animals, and then we would use that milk. The water tub, we'd also put a milk can in there to cool our milk down. So we had that, and then we had a hand pump on top of that well too that we could pump out by hand. That's how we would get water to drink. And then the cistern water, we would use a hand pump to pump that up to use like for washing our hands before we eat lunch and that kind of stuff. I hope that long story makes sense. But no, they definitely use gasoline engines to pump water out of the well.
Yeah.
That they do.
Yeah.
This one says, these are great videos. Thank you for that. Is this actually somebody's home?
Yes, it is somebody's home. Is this your house? No, it is not our house. No, it's not our house. Somebody had answered that question and said that no, it's actually a house in Hollywood, California, for showing, and then just stay tuned for next episode. Oh boy.
I thought it was funny. But no, it's somebody that we know, we have a connection with. We can't give many details away because even though there's obviously no rule in the Amish rule book of allowing an ex-Amish to come to your house to film your house, but they would get in trouble with the law, or just with the Amish.
Law. Yeah.
They would just they would get judged for it and look down on it. So we don't want anybody to know whose house it was. But yeah, there was a lot of comments. People talk about how clean it was, and yes, they have their house very clean. They're neat people, but they also had cleaned it, and then they were on vacation while we went and took the video. So, I don't know. I was thinking about, there's a comment that was good. Oh, just that people were talking about how simple it was, and it just reminded us of that.
It is very simple.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have much stuff. Like,
less to clean. There's no pictures. Obviously, they can't have a picture of a family or anything. But there's no pictures of decorative flowers, nothing like that. It's just very basic.
Well, they have live plants. They can have all the live plants they want. It
Yeah.
just can't.
True.
Yeah.
That says plastic bins and kerosene seems like a modern convenience. How do they justify that?
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Well,
I mean, you need something to make a fire. You need something to burn. Like if you use a lantern or anything like that, you need something to burn it off of. So
Yeah.
either kerosene or, I mean, yeah, you have to have that or natural gas, and they're not allowed to have natural gas. So
not the Schwarzenegger, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think how do they justify that is that really comes down to is they justify kind of whatever they want to, I guess.
That's true.
So
That is true. And over the years, more stuff gets justified too.
Right.
Like, because it just like he was saying, when we growing up, a lot of people still had outhouses, and now they don't have that. Their outhouses are not outside anymore.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, just they try to make things as inconvenient pretty much as they can, maybe. I mean, there's a question here that says, are Swarties, that's short for Schwarzenegger, allowed chainsaws? And the answer is no. So that's something that they decide, well, we could allow chainsaws, but we can do without. So, I mean, plastic containers is, it's just a thing. They have buckets, all kinds of stuff. But kerosene, yeah, it's pretty much if they can live without it, then a lot of the stuff they will. And then then that's how they justify it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, where did they sleep? In the barn, in the hayloft, where it's
How many bedrooms are in the house? They do have bedrooms in their house. We just did not show them because we thought it's too personal. But this house had 5 bedrooms. I think we kind of explained that earlier already.
Yeah, I believe so.
So they do sleep in their bedrooms.
Yeah.
There was one more. No, couple people commented that they saw a breaker box.
Oh yes.
Like
Forgot.
what do you call that? Electricity panel or something? Electrical panel
box.
The thing you saw on the wall as we came out of the mutt room, right there in that corner, they had what they call a medicine cabinet, where it's built into the wall, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe 5 inches deep, maybe 5 inches deep. Where they just put like their medicine and stuff in, and that is and it was gray, and that is what you thought looks like a electrical box or a breaker box. So
yeah, that is something I forgot that most Amish do. They just build into the wall, and it's like high up, off the ground off the floor where the kids can't reach it, and that's where they have all their pills and stuff. And yeah, you might think Amish take pills. Yes, they tend to.
Yeah, most Amish try to do natural, like go the natural route, not do like medication and stuff like that.
Which
but some
at
of them
home
still
though,
do.
we did not. Nobody in my family did like regularly like taking
pills.
Yeah, and I don't like. I do. I have to take fiber, but I'm not favor that either. But we still had things like Band-Aids and. Aspirins. We used to have aspirins. I think that's still a thing.
I'd give you an aspirin.
And typical stuff like that. So anyways, that about sums it up. We want to tell you guys, so this video will upload on Wednesday, and then that's March 8th. Yes. And then March 10 on Friday, we're going to do
his birthday. On his birthday.
My birthday. Thank you for reminding me.
If you want to tell him happy birthday, hop on the live. I'm sorry, did you not say that we're doing a live yet?
Yeah. So we're going to do a live stream March 10 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will schedule that on our channel, so it'll be on there. So you can just go, and I think there's a button there somewhere you can press that you're waiting or something like that. And we will see you guys Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
All you guys. Thank you very much.
For all the questions. Bye-bye. And we love the comments.
You know what?
So.
This is our first video in our new office.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we got that video coming too, but
yes, we do.
This is our office, so you get to see that part of it, and later on we'll show the rest. So maybe we could just turn the camera around and show.
No, don't give him that.
Look, my sweater's hanging up there.
All right, thank you so much for watching.
Bye bye.
Bye.
But why not?